Morning, fellas. When back again. Not well, terribly unwell, but getting better. I wish all of you who I have served with or without intent and, and helped figure things out for yourself, please do send me your wishes on quick recovery. I need to get back on the bike and I need to be riding. Anyways, while I'm at rest, I just thought I'll talk to you about something very important. This is something that I've not disclosed because I was learning this. This was a long process. Settled down about 6 months ago. This is the airflow to the motorcycle. That's the airbox. This is the air cover. That's the air filter. And this would be a water repellent material that goes here, and then this goes to the airbox so that water gets repelled. Sorry, the other way around. Water gets repelled and only clean air passes through. Now the catch is this: when you go about, you'll find your lid to be very different from this. The stock lid has a cover here, and I've gotten rid of that. And not only that, I have smoothened the edges, these edges. I did not get rid of this part, this entire part, and made it flat, like the stage 2, stage 3, stage 5 kits that are out there. And those are just those are going to be causing a lot of issues in different RPM ranges. Of course, they'll help in some RPM range, but they'll cause issues in different RPM ranges. You lose power in some RPMs. So if you watch, the air filter lines up like that, and all the riding takes all the wind that collects the engine heat, comes through here, comes through there, and gets sucked in through the airbox inlet. Now, if you were to open the whole thing up, the hot air also gets in from here, and that's not what you want. You do not want any of the engine's hot air slide in to the airbox, because that is less power, simply less power. That's why when you're riding the bike in places like Chennai, hot conditions, you feel like the bike is losing power, or when the bike starts heating up, you feel like the bike is losing power, because hot air does not equate to power. As simple as that. Only cold air, and in fact super cold air. If you take the bike to the mountains, you will love it. It's because of the cold air is rich in oxygen, and the engine loves cold oxygen. So just saying, the engine loves cold air and more oxygen. So what you need to do when you try and do these kind of mods, you only need to do it if you're running a high flow air filter. And if you're doing that, then a high flow air filter equates to a Powertronic unit underneath to compensate for the higher flow of air with more fuel, and an exhaust system that is free flow, slightly more free flow. And hence I have a custom muffler. So to compensate for that higher airflow, to get even more air flowing into the engine, the more the air, the better the motorcycle. And of course, you'll have to tune your Powertronic piggyback unit to accommodate for the additional air. But this airbox is restrictive in nature. With the lid, the stock lid has a cover till here, and it relies on air coming in from here. The wheels spinning causes a ton of turbulent air to be sucked in from here. To close this gap is not the right thing to do. I did that initially, and I understood I was losing out on power. So I stopped closing that gap. I allowed that gap to let in air, and things got back to normal. Now, another thing I want to talk about is when you go about, so you retain this at any cost. This lip is about half an inch, extends about half an inch, and stops the hot air coming in to some degree. And then also, this portion that you have cleared, flattened out, you need to see to it that it's a smooth curve. I don't know if the camera is justifying that, but that's as smooth as I could get it to be. And that's important that it is a smooth curve, because the smoother it is, the better laminar flow. Laminar flow is what we're chasing. We're chasing smooth airflow, uninterrupted airflow. No, no resistance, no turbulence. That's very, very important when you want to have an airbox functioning smoothly, like air going in smoothly and coming out smoothly. No turbulence anywhere. Gives you much better performance. Throttle response improves immediately. You will notice it immediately. So instead of opening up the whole thing and allowing a lot of hot air also to run into the engine, if you just keep this much of the lip and then clear all this, then you have managed to achieve beautiful airflow. Beautiful. And see to it that you smoothen everything out. No sharp edges anywhere. Smooth edges here, smooth edges here, smooth edges here. Really smooth edges here. More like a funnel, more like a velocity stack. If only I could install a velocity stack inside the inlet, it would have been really good. And I've also ported the inlet a little bit. I've taken off the bump. There's a small bump inside. I've kind of grinded it off and made it smooth to allow for, again, smooth laminar flow. So smooth to smooth into the throttle body, into the engine. That's what you're aiming for. Hope this helped. This helped understand the basic principles of airflow. And using a pot filter, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But for a carbureted machine, it's easy because you can play with the jets and you can get the jetting right. But for a fuel-injected model, getting a pod filter tuned requires a dyno, and you have to sit on it for a really long time. So retain the airbox, don't play with the airbox. This is what you can do. This is the next best thing to a modified airbox. So this, along with this for water protection, goes into the air filter. And lastly, this is like an additional inlet for better airflow. Instead of just relying on cold air coming in from here, I can rely on cold air coming in from here as well. And the advantage to having this right there is that my leg covers it. My leg is still here, and my leg takes all the hot air. This is cold air from this side of the machine. And this would be your tea coffee sieve, 2 layers of it, and stuck with a plastic sheet on the back using 3M double side tape. Yep. So that's that. Pretty easy. Works like a charm. The airflow just gives you bonkers power. Hope this helped. This is a very good modification that you can do. But keep in mind, if you do this, you need to get a Powertronic, or at least a FuelX Lite or a FuelX Pro. A FuelX Lite is a good solution, but you never know whether it will be able to accommodate this kind of mods. So a FuelX Lite is good. If it still is running lean, the motorcycle is running lean, then you go in for a FuelX Pro. If it's still running lean, then you go in for a Powertronic, and you got your fueling right. Hope this helped. Ben signing out for now. Ciao.